or Idaho or Nevada or Arizona or New Mexico. We have sheriffs standing in California now because they've seen just what you were alluding to earlier, the abuses of government coming after people. They're trying to destroy families and farms in Siskiyou County, California. I would have to say one of the biggest home runs hit in the afternoon session was by Sheriff John Lope. He was absolutely amazing.
Stay there. Stay there. I want to hear about that, Sheriff, when we come back. This is such good news. This is why the globalists are so afraid. They do not want us to make the sheriffs and police and others our friends and to realize they are Americans like us. We've got to stick together. And the Bill of Rights and Constitution is all of our shields. And they're so scared that we're starting to exercise our constitutional authority.
We're on the
right
march.
back.
The empire's on the run.
And that's why they don't like you. They want you in their big mega cities where they can totally control you. Sheriff Richard Mack is our guest, and we're covering a host of issues, but this is victory. This is the smell, the taste, the look of it. People that supported Sheriff Mack and helped finance getting over 100 sheriffs to that event so that they could hear the truth, and the fact that they're going to have more events, the fact that it was a success. This is something that spells the end of the New World Order if it catches on, and that's why the mainstream corporate trader media is so angry and so scared of this. We, the people, aren't supposed to talk to our elected representatives. We're not supposed to have them carry out the law and Bill of Rights and Constitution. They're just supposed to let the Fed set up threat fusion centers and get rid of any jurisdiction. No, we're here to enforce the law, and it scares the system to death.
Yeah.
That when you've got the EPA harassing Amish while our borders are wide open, and the Amish are nice and say, come onto our property over and over again, and the government treats them like trash. I mean, I've seen reports where people pick their own potatoes, and the feds learn they're eating them and show up, make them throw them away. I mean, folks, it's getting crazy because it's meant to be crazy. Stalin didn't let people grow their own food. Mao, that's when they killed 60+ million people, wouldn't let all the farmers have their own farms anymore. They want big mega farms they can control. Food is a weapon. Agenda 21 is this globalist, corporate fascist on top, but a communist system for us. It's here. You didn't think you'd have government health care? It's here. You didn't think they'd do all the things they've done? It's here. NDAA, saying they'll use the military on the people, military drones being used against farmers and ranchers. It's here. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. We have criminals in the federal government. And the shield is enforcing the Constitution against them. But they're like, don't be radical. Don't enforce the Constitution on us. Now, go through some more of the sheriffs and what they're doing, the actual current serving sheriffs that were there who spoke. You had over 100, active sheriffs, current sheriffs there. But some of the folks that spoke, you got up to one who's really having victories against tyranny. And your example of standing up for the feds is now spreading like wildfire, and we're rediscovering good old-fashioned American law and common sense, Sheriff Mack.
Yeah, it is, Alex, and thanks. And you pegged it right on the nose. This was the good news. This is really good news. And this is sheriffs simply standing all across the country. So the other good news that you already know also is that I'm running for United States Congress here in Texas. And so if anybody would like to get on board with any of this, you can still get involved with the Sheriff Project. Go to countysheriffproject.org because we are planning our next event. You pegged that also, Alex. We are planning another one, and we're trying to go east with this because they're really trying to destroy the office of sheriff in the east, in particular Delaware. They've already voted the sheriff out 10 years ago in Connecticut. There's no more sheriffs in Connecticut. Now they're trying to do the same in Delaware and Massachusetts and Maryland, Rhode Island, and now Pennsylvania. It's starting to happen there. Why is it that there's such an attack on the office of sheriff, but they're not going after the chiefs of police? They're not going after the state police. They're not going after the highway patrol. They're going after the office of sheriff, which has been in existence for over 1,000 years. Why now? Why this movement to attack the power and authority of the sheriff or to destroy the office altogether? We know what the answer is. They're afraid of the sheriffs. And when sheriffs wake up and know what their real duty is to protect people from tyrannical government, there's the solution. And Alex, I have to tell you, also in the afternoon session, we had another huge solution. It was County Commissioner Peggy Littleton. And your audience can see these videos at countysheriffproject.org. And there's also a YouTube channel. I think it's youtube.com/.
And by the way, that's a great idea. Go to the website, get the YouTubes that are posted, and send them to your sheriff and send them over and over again. Because even if they can't go to these events, the media can be seen by every sheriff in the country, and that's a mission. In fact, I'm going to ask Kurt Nimmo to do a write-up today or tomorrow on this interview, posting this, and then under it links and some of those videos, Operation, Warn the Sheriff, because as you said, it's over 1,000-year-old institution, and they wouldn't be attacking it like they're attacking the Constitution. Look at the New York Times, CNN, Time Magazine, all saying, get rid of the Constitution, get rid of the sheriff. They want those last links because they know anytime we can wake up and say, we have the authority. You foreign UN-run banks, you just can't come in here and take over. You're a bunch of criminals. Right. And we need to get aggressive and call them out. In fact, did you tell the story, though, of the sheriff, as we went to break, that, some more of those stories you were going to tell about some of the other sheriffs that spoke?
Well, the one I really liked, too, was Peggy Littleton, the county commissioner, standing up with her sheriff. So they both did a presentation together. And, Alex, this is going to knock you back out of your chair, so hold on. This was a county commissioner standing with her sheriff, county sheriff, telling how they've been working on nullifying the NDAA. They've actually worked on that together. Now, let me tell you, in my book, it actually gives this, in The Magic of Gun Control, my new book, it actually gives this as an equation in the book. A constitutional county commissioner plus a constitutional county sheriff equals American liberty. You put those two together, working hand in hand like Peggy Littleton and Sheriff Makita are. They got up and did their presentation. Again, you can see this on my website, and at the same time, help donate for our next convention that we're going to have hopefully out near Delaware, so that we can make the East understand, and the people out there understand, the threat that's happening from our own government and from their own governments towards the office of the sheriff, and how badly you have got to get involved in protecting the office of sheriff. So you can donate at County Sheriff Project, countysheriffproject.org, and you can also get these videos. And then I'm going to be marketing very soon now an hour highlight of this entire convention. And this convention lasted all day long. It started at 8:30 in the morning and went to 9:30 at night. These sheriffs really dedicated themselves to it. We actually took a group photo, and that's out there as well. We had these sheriffs standing together, taking this picture proudly in uniform. We are the sheriff. Yeah. We are the constitutional sheriffs standing together, united. And
the system is doing. It's wonderful. The system's doing everything they can to keep we the people from engaging with our elected representatives that we've elected. And I mean, I was just looking at an example of when you were supposed to speak in the past at different sheriff's associations. You've spoken at many. The Southern Poverty Law Center, ADL, and others run in there as the little gatekeepers, in the case of ADL working for a foreign government publicly, and say that do not have Sheriff Mack. He's a terrible person who was praised by Justice Scalia and won this big case and has been all over national television. Don't you dare have him come speak. I saw a case a few years ago. Mississippi Sheriff's Association canceled Sheriff Mack's speech. People can also contact the different sheriff's associations and tell them, have Sheriff Mack come speak, because, you wear a suit and a tie, you're well-spoken, you're a genteel, handsome fellow, you have the Constitution on your side. They hate that image, and it scares them. Here's a real American. Here's a real sheriff. Here's a real constitutionalist. Here's a guy with a great record, never even had to pull his firearm out in violence. Let's lie about him and say he wants to kill cops. And I know you're suing him now. It's time to turn the tide and say, listen, you foreign intelligence operations, listen, you globalist operations, Southern Poverty Law Center, why'd you have people inside Elohim City? Why'd that come out in different lawsuits and documents that have been released? Let's get on the offensive with these rats like you're doing. So let's speak about the Southern Slime Center and what they did to you and what they've done to, they've done stuff to me as well. Sure. A very dangerous organization. linked up with George Soros, of course, and Media Matters and the Obama administration. Obama now telling preachers, get people to vote for me, turn your churches into campaign operations. I played that clip last hour. This is while they tell other churches that are libertarian or constitutional or conservative, you'll be arrested if you talk about politics. When churches can talk about politics, you just can't have the president turning it into an official campaign office. I mean, that's incredible. They're saying you don't have speech, but we're going to take them over for Obama. I mean, they are the enemies of America. There's no debating it anymore, folks. Everything we talked about 20 years ago is coming true. Everything Mac talked about 20 years ago is coming true. We deserve a pat on the back, and we're getting that. And the system's scared. So let's get into the Southern Slime Center and other things that are happening.
That's one of my least favorite subjects, of course, is the Southern Poverty Slime Center, but that's what they are. They're a bunch of liars. Mark Potok is a liar. And they've been attacking me ever since I filed my lawsuit against the federal government in 1994. And they've been lying about me and lying about me, and they've been lying about you, and they've been lying about Ron Paul and Judge Napolitano. And I'm wondering if that's what was part of the reason behind Judge Napolitano getting fired. Of course, another great man getting
no,
fired.
that's admitted. Those guys linked up with Soros's group, Media Matters. Media Matters wrote letters saying fire him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and who are these people? No one even visits their website. It's an Obama front group, and everyone has to bow down to them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, and Judge Napolitano's had me on his show 6 times in the last 2 years talking about these very same issues that you and I are talking about today. And the Southern Poverty Law Center, when I get to Congress, and I am running for Congress, and I'm a serious candidate. I'm running, and I'm going to replace this rhino Republican known as Lamar Smith in District 21 because he's been nothing but...
He's horrible.
You know what he said? 2 nights ago, I went and heard him speak. I was in the audience. One of the members in the audience asked him specifically, why did you vote for NDAA, and what's wrong with NDAA, and isn't it an attack at American citizens? And he says, I quote, I signed the NDAA happily. And that's the guy I'm running against. So again, if you...
Unbelievable. Him and Obama.
Yeah. And he increased the power to Barack Obama in the biggest power grab for a president since King George III sent redcoats to America. This is so out of line. And
well, I mean, I've been around him forever. I mean, his district used to come right up to Austin. He always talks a good game, but his actions are power-grabbing, big government. I hope you can replace Smith. That's a separate interview we're going to do, but very exciting. Specifically, though, your lawsuit against Potok. Tell folks what he did to you.
Okay, well, you already alluded to part of it, but they've gone after me for years and lying about me being a racist and a bigot and all these other things that are absolutely not true.
They just make it up.
They just make it up as they go along, yeah. And so finally, when he did this one, I actually got a hold of him. He had a reporter call me, and I said, why should I talk to you? You guys have never called me before. You lie about me all the time. This is the first time in 16 years that you've ever had anybody call me to verify anything that you have lied about me on. And he says, well, when have we lied about you? And I said, well, the most recently is in your stupid magazine, the Intel Report, where you said that I advocate violence against federal agents. I said, I've never said that in my life.